Hi guys, Nancy Anger, Master Energy Healer and Intuitive Coach. And I wanted to just jump on and share a little bit about the morning routine that I've developed over the years that I find really works to make the rest of your day run a lot more smoothly, a lot more fun, a lot more positive. And while you may change things up a little bit to suit you, these are my tips. I usually, if I'm heading out somewhere in the morning, I give myself enough time. If I don't have to rush out, I also, then it's not so much of a concern. But I always like to make sure I have enough time so I don't feel rushed. So when you first wake up in the morning, it's like you're still in this state before you have all these things rushing into your brain. So it's a perfect time for a little bit of centering, a little bit of connection in with yourself, and it's also a time that you can kind of start with a clean slate per se. So what I like to do the first thing when I get out of bed is I go down and I drink a big glass of water. Usually I use my large mason jar and I add different things. Sometimes I might drink warm water and add lemon juice, a little bit of fresh lemon juice. Other times I might add some greens to it, and other days I might add other things. Just really depends. But I always start off so I hydrate myself with, it's about 3 glasses of water that it fits in there. And then while I'm drinking that, I prepare my next drink, which is my sacred cacao. And cacao, it's not like the chocolate candy bar you get at the store. It is, it's still has the fat in it. It's not processed. It doesn't have any sugar in it. And it has a lot of nutritional benefits. Now, I will tell you, over the years, I was a tea drinker, which I still enjoy tea. And for the last couple of years, for quite a while, started drinking coffee. And I haven't been a coffee drinker much in my life, but I think I had read about Bulletproof, and I was doing a little bit more of a high-fat diet, and I thought I would give it a try. So I drank coffee for probably 2.5, 3 years in the morning, and while I enjoyed it, I started realizing that the caffeine was probably not doing me any favors. And so for a while now, I've started in the morning, I drink a cup of cacao, which, as I said, it has tons of benefits, and it doesn't have the caffeine in it, but it's very heart opening, and it has a whole bunch of other benefits to it that really starts my day off well. And one of the things in it that I just read recently, that it affects a neurotransmitter that I've never heard of before, called anandamide. And ananda in Sanskrit means bliss. So it's a bliss transmitter. Doesn't that sound good? But when I drink the cacao in the morning, it helps with my alertness and my heart opening without the caffeine that would affect my nervous system and other things. So some other things I do once I start sipping on my cacao, I find a quiet space in my house. And at this point, of course, I have a quiet space in my house. And I like to keep a journal nearby, because sometimes in the early morning is a great time to capture thoughts. I just got this gorgeous journal on a trip to New York City at the New York City Library. So it can be kind of fun and special when you have a special journal, or I've been into purple pens lately too. And so then I find a quiet place to sit. You can set an intention, or you can just stay neutral and see what comes up. And I take my first sip of my cacao. And then I might listen to some music to do some meditation, or I might do some pranayama. And pranayama is a great way to start off a meditation. Especially if you're either new to meditating or you want to, it really helps to focus your mind a little more. It gives your mind a place to focus. So the ocean sounding breath is probably one of the best, easier starter pranayamas. And pranayama means, prana comes from the word life force, and a yama is extension, or prana can also mean energy. And yama can either mean control or freedom. So you can't go wrong. So how it is if you were to breathe in through your nose and then exhale out through the mouth as if you were trying to fog a mirror. So do it again. Inhale and exhale. Now you're going to do the same thing as you inhale and exhale. Next exhale, you're going to imagine that you are still making that sound in the tone of the throat, but you're going to do it with your mouth closed. So it's like this. So it's called the ocean breath or the ujjayi breath. And what it does, you want to start to take some nice, slow, deeper breaths. And it really starts to help bring in your focus. It increases your energy. And it can help bring your mind back. If your mind starts to wander, the ujjayi breath can help bring your mind back into attention, back to awareness. So you can focus on some long, slow ujjayi breathing, which you can do not only in the morning, anytime if you're feeling any stress and you want to kind of come back to center. So let's do a few more of those together. So you might, you want to take a comfortable seat. You want to make sure that you're sitting up tall before you practice ujjayi breath. You can either sit cross-legged with a tall spine, or you could sit in a chair with your feet on the floor. You could also alternately, you could lay on your back flat out and either put a roll towel or a pillow under your knees if you have trouble laying completely flat. And just spend some time allowing yourself to go into a little deeper state. And the breath is the thing that will help draw you in. So you can close your eyes for a minute and let's just do a few more of those breaths together. So you can keep your breathing. So I spend a little time there. Some days I spend longer than others. Even if you only have 5 minutes, you still get benefits from 5 minutes. Your breath, you may start off on the ujjayi breath and then just shift over to natural breathing. You may not want to use the ujjayi breath. It's totally up to you, but it's just another tool. And I might do a little different things on different days. And just so it's almost like you first are drawn into your body first, and then you start to expand your attention and your awareness out into the world of possibilities. And when you do a practice like this early in the morning or in the morning before you get on your emails, your phone, your whatever it is, it really allows you to tap in and to tune in to yourself, to your own energy, to what's important to you, to your values, and to what energy you want to bring into your day. Because when you set that intention ahead of time, it really can make a huge difference. And I think for me, getting up a little bit on the early side if I can, it also helps because some part of me knows that like I don't feel as much of that obligation to be connected to the outer world when it's earlier in the morning like that. So I hope this helps, and give it a try and let me know how it goes.